Okay, so I'm going to tell one more Safeway story, which involves danger and excitement. So to recap, the Safeway on Grace and Harrison Street, which isn't there anymore, I think it's a parking lot or a building for VCU, was not in a good neighborhood. I think the neighborhood is still not so great. And so, in addition to people lined up to cash their food stamps and other government support and day labor checks, we had a lot of shoplifters. A lot of shoplifters. People were stealing from that store all the time. So occasionally there would be a security team that would come down from Maryland, which is where the Safeway regional office was. But usually it was just us handling it, and usually it was the store manager. I remember one evening, Mr. Stillman, Ron Stillman, who was a very cool cat, but he was also like kind of lazy, was up in the manager's office. The manager's office was the second level of the store. And outside of the manager's office, there was a catwalk. This is important for the story. A catwalk that went across the front of the store on that second level with little tinted windows that would look down onto the store so that security or managers or whatever could watch out for shoplifters. Mr. Stillman would just sit in the office and use the intercom system to break up the thievery. He would be like, "Hey, lady who just stuck the pork chops in her jacket, take them out of your jacket and put them in your cart, or put them back, or pay for them," and so on, like that. So one afternoon, I think the security team from Maryland was there. They actually caught and kept a shoplifter, keeping him so that the police would come. And to this day, I don't know if you know this or not, but like stores don't prosecute shoplifters because it's expensive to do. And also, I think it's like a misdemeanor if you steal something worth more than a certain amount. So this guy stole whatever north of that figure was. And so they were keeping him. They had to take him up the stairs, which he resisted, to the manager's office so that the police would come and book him, I guess. So, Richmond has a lot of crime, and so the police were taking their sweet time. So at some point, the guy needed to pee, and they didn't want to take him back down the stairs because that was a whole adventure again. So they put a trash can in that catwalk and said, "Go in there and pee. And we'll close the door for your privacy." So the guy wants to get away. So he sees a hallway, and I guess he assumes there's a door at the other end, and there is not. There's a half wall. And the half wall emptied into the ceiling above my little customer service booth and the pharmacy. So I'm in the customer service booth. Cynthia Greenberg is in the pharmacy, which was sort of to the right and behind. And in front of the pharmacy was like a place where we sold watches and knickknacks. We kept the cigarettes back there, and other kind of more expensive stuff. Also where you would pick up your film, because back then people used cameras to take pictures, and then they would take the roll of film out of their camera and drop it off at the Safeway or the drugstore or I guess a camera shop, and then come back later and hopefully we didn't lose it and pick it up. So anyway, I'm in the customer service booth doing my thing, and Cynthia's back there dispensing drugs. And all of a sudden, this guy drops from the ceiling. We didn't know what was going on. We didn't know that he had run down the hall and that he needed to pee or anything. He just falls through the ceiling into the pharmacy. Cynthia Greenberg is like, oh my God, what's happening? I don't know what's happening. And so I like slammed the safe shut because everybody paid with cash and checks back then. And so there was a safe full of money. And this guy like leaps up out of the pharmacy into that customer service little stand area where there's glass cases full of stuff. He jumps over that glass case, but his foot gets stuck on the case, and the case and him go tumbling into one of the aisles. So there's glass everywhere. Cynthia's freaking out. Ceiling tiles are falling on my head. Light fixtures are falling from the ceiling. Security comes running down, but they're on the other end of the store, and the guy jumps up, runs out, and gets away. And that was it. So that's my story of it's raining shoplifters at the Safeway.